just going live on YouTube as well, so bear with me. Right, okay. Javier, Gabitu, Sergius, Vasim, good afternoon, guys and girls. Super hot day here in the UK. It's beautiful. Marek, how are we doing? Right, we're gonna have a look at gold and the NASDAQ. We had a live stream this morning. If you're on the stream this morning, welcome back. If you were Matty Brown, is that the Matty Brown? If it is, welcome, buddy. Right, so what I'm looking to do is just bear with me 1 second. I'm just seeing if I can get YouTube going. Right, let's get gold. Right, structural points have changed since this morning. So we're going to be remarking the chart out. Gold has dropped $47 since the open last night. And if anything, we should really just be thinking about bearish opportunities. However, it doesn't mean that the market is going to actually, what time frame is that? 30-minute. Okay, so let's just mark it out. The 30, I think we might see sells. Hold on. Let me just check news. What time is it? 1:30 PC. So we've got half an hour. Okay, so let's have a look. So my bias is shorts, obviously, because of where the market's been moving. Um, so as we speak right now, the daily is below structure, uh, but it hasn't. 4 hour, we've seen it break and close below the most recent structure area here. So we've seen a nice move lower. So ideally, what I'd like to see is some kind of rotation higher to then take it lower. Now, potential trade we can look at, I'll explain in a minute, is short where we currently sit. So if we look at the market, we are moving lower, lower, lower. We've got a downrange bearish candle with a nice big wick that I would expect the market to go and fill. Okay, I'd expect the market to fill this wick before we either break lower or continue higher. So trading opportunity, 30-minute time frame, we have close below support. We're pushing a little. It's already gone on my broker. It's already gone. This is behind. So I was just gonna look to sell, but yeah, already gone. So won't be a hey stocks trade. Welcome back. There's a few familiar names I'm seeing coming up. Yeah, so I was looking to short this, but I wasn't just going to jump into it hastily without doing the analysis. If it goes, it goes. We miss it. So next thing we can look at, because it's already, so this candle now, if we think about it from a structural perspective, it moved higher, then it's broken and created a new low. So I don't really want to trade this now because in theory it's gone up, it's created a top wick and it's broken the lows. So we should have been in this trade and we've not taken it, so it doesn't matter. We can't lose anything. So if the market's going to continue to move and fill this range of the wick, which I anticipate, or at least getting very close down here, then you know that's the trade. It's done. We can't do anything about it. It's gone. So options for me now will be to look for a BPC style trade, or if the news is negative for dollar, strong for gold, then I'll be looking for a buy above buys above 32.89, call it 0.5. Right, let me just have a look, see who's coming. I've just missed quite a few people coming in. Trish, Nikki, Towland, how we doing? JP, Oscar, Carlo, John Doe, welcome back. Who else is in cells? I'm not, I missed them. 3265. Yeah, it's a big old target you got there, bud. Uh, Liberty Computers, how we doing? Uh, Yaha, how we doing, guys? So, look, for those of you that don't know me and you are new to this stream, I don't trade fair value gaps. I don't talk about smart money concepts. Um, I will never message you directly um, in terms of any payments or anything like that. I will never message you directly. So just be aware that there are people out there that will pretend to be someone and they will message you directly. I will never do that. I will reply to messages, but I will never. Yeah, my Julies. Yeah, it works. The strategy works. You just have to be patient. So just Andrian, loving the house, Christian Bother. Uh, Good afternoon. Yeah, so Majuli's from this morning. I'm glad you see the strategy works, but and the good thing about the way the systems work, right? You can still hit your 10 pips, your 20 pips, but be wrong with the direction because the market will move in ways the way it ebb and flows. So we can still get our 10 pips, de-risk, and then the market goes against us. So I'm not here to say go, oh, the market's going to move 50, $60 and I want to get all of it. No, I just want 10, 20, 30 pips, and I'm very happy. YouTube, good afternoon, guys. You're very quiet on there. Hey, guys. So look, let's get this chart mapped out quickly. So we have core PCE at 130. So let's just put this on the chart. So I always like to have my uh, uh, major news USD, and it's coming at 1330, and it's core PCE. All right, let's make that a little bit smaller. So we were going to look for sells below there, but it's already happened, so I'm not going to chase it. If we look for the range here, we've got a nice range. If we get a close above, we've got what, just shy of 60 pips, 57 pips. Um, could we look at trading back above here if we get a close? No, too messy. So what I'm going to do is this for me, guys, is no trade range. So anywhere between those two lines, I'm doing nothing. Okay, absolutely nothing. So this is where patience comes in. So what time? The 15-minute chart's looking a little bit messy as well, so I'd probably steer clear from the 15. One new message. Yezi, how we doing? So look, we we spoke about it. We got the analysis right, but I wasn't ready to take the trade. I hadn't done. You still think buys are possible? I'm firm on sells. RSI just collapsed. Yeah, but listen, RSI is gonna collapse because the market's sinking. Um, but I don't use indicators. Um, I will only buy if we get a close above 32.89.50. My bias is sells. But remember, it can be danger. Can we enter now? Listen, guys, you can do anything you want. My target and what I said was I think we'll fill this wick. And basically that's what's happened. Um, I hadn't done my full analysis because we just started the live stream. And yeah, unfortunately, it meant I missed a trade. But I'm not just going to jump into it because I think it looks good. I'd always explain to you what I'm going to do, why I'm going to do it. And if I miss the trade, I miss the trade. Will you be trading the news today? I'll trade after the news if something sets up. Yeah. Um, So Faskid, I would be inclined not to place any orders right now. And remember, guys, what I'm doing here, this is not advice. This is just what I do on a daily basis. I live stream to you guys so you can see exactly what I do and you can see how I apply myself on a daily basis um, using the same format, the same rules, keeping it nice and boring, just to show you that You don't need excitement. You don't need to be changing things every time. So you got comics opening in 20 minutes. Let's have a look where the next structural point is. Okay, so next wick is here. Now, definitely not taking any buys yet. Definitely not. You don't want to, and this is where I see a lot of, I want to learn trading, please. Then good advice would be to attend as many live streams as you want, or you can have a look at the link in my bio. You can join my free Telegram channel. You can go to YouTube. We do have membership, but have a look and see what you think first. Don't just jump in. A little bit like trading. Don't just jump in. All right. Any questions coming in while we're waiting? Right. So, as I said, this would be my no trade zone. I'm not interested in trading in between these two lines. Uh, this can the support level can go now because I'm not. It doesn't. That's not going to impact my decision, right? My decision now is going to be impacted based upon what candles follow this. So for a BPC trade, which is one of my setups, I require two uprange candles. Um, so how many of you in here, by the way, trade funded accounts? Does anyone trade funded accounts? If so, in fact, what is your biggest challenge? Tell me what your biggest challenge is with trading, guys. Trolley happy, I recognize that one. Connor Ware trades live. Nice. Can't wait for my two. I almost blew my account right now on gold. Ooh, what were you buying? Mr. MK Carson, we can't wait to reach my TP. Listen, just remember, guys, do you just have one TP and do you not trail stop? So do you not take money off down the way? Impossible head, how we doing? Listen, it's always a nice feeling when it hits your TP, but one thing to remember is markets go up and down, right? So because they go up and down in a day, doesn't mean that you're just going to hit your target. It might spike really high before it gets to your target, stop you out, and then come back down. So I'm a firm believer in you should always take profit off the table. Uh, I'm still learning before I commit to any real account. Yeah. Okay, so Nick, if I was to, again, this is, I don't like to advise, but demo accounts they're dangerous. That they should only, in my eyes, they should only be used for understanding how the how to place trades, how to facilitate using the platform. Because when you're trading a demo account, you have a false sense of security. You're not actually winning or losing money. Yeah, you're not gonna experience the emotional side, the emotional impact of having a trade go in profit or loss. Because when a trade goes in profit or loss, you're going to experience a whole different set of emotions. And especially when it's your cash or a funded account, you're going to be you're going to start thinking about hope, and you don't want to get stopped out. You will move your stop losses. This is why I always rather anyone that comes into my membership, I'd rather you trade with 0.01 lots than a demo account. You're not going to make money with 0.01. You're not going to lose money. But what you'll see is you'll see consistency. You'll be able to see what you do well and what you don't do well. So I'm always a big believer in that. Once you understand how the platform works, then no matter what, you should go live, but just trade the smallest lot size that you can. Yeah, this is gold. I'm not doing anything yet. Nothing's. NASDAQ BPC trades setting up as well. Uh, but we'll have to wait at least what 15, maybe 30 minutes at least for this one to set up. Yeah, I bought because I thought we were gonna go on an uptrend after 32.90. Okay, so you just have to be careful, guys. As if you're trading and it's one thing to think, but just make sure. Why is gold so unpredictable? I wouldn't say it's unpredictable. It's volatile, right? So because it's volatile, do you know why gold did not react from that? OB is in overbought. Mm. Order block. Don't do order blocks. So how to join your mentorship group? Um, if you go to my bio, you can see there's a link in the bio just underneath. Just click on that, and there's a few options. Yeah, so I don't do order blocks. I don't do fair value gaps. I don't do smart money. Just trade price action. Price action. That's all you need. Remember, no indicators. I don't need indicators. Depends which one you go for, Magnoni. So if you just click on the if you click on the link, buddy, there's a few different options. You'll see there's a monthly option and an annual option, I think. 320.60. So how many pips would your average stop loss be? Okay, so 35, 40 initially, but it depends on the asset class. It depends on um the candle time frame. So it varies. I trade at a fixed lot size, so I don't. How much monthly option? You trade ICT. Okay, yeah, I don't talk about that here, so I hope it's working out for you, right? But nothing is really appealing at the minute. Mm, DAX hourly looks quite nice, to be fair. DAX hourly does look quite nice. I'm joking, huh? I just oh, you guys, do you have any YouTube channel? Yeah, I do. If you just search Trade and Train, I'm live on YouTube right now as well. How do you think the market will react to the news? Connor, I have no idea. Um, don't really care as long as it just gives me a setup. So the idea of buying DAX above here on the hourly looks quite nice. 32. Let's have a look, see what we've got to the upside. Ooh, bit tight. Little bit tight. My first TP is 20 pips. There's only 24 to there, so I'm gonna pass on this one. How do you see about Nvidia? And what? How do I? I'll have a look at that in a second. My biggest challenge is to stick to a set of rules. I get drawn into emotional trading. Okay, so ask yourself why. Um, is it because you're desperate for extra money? Is it because what are you using to stream, bro? On TikTok, I'm just using TikTok Studio. Um, if your funded allows you, would you trade news? I've never traded the news. I'll trade the after effect. Have I got an ISA? My daughter does. Do you have ADHD? Probably. My missus says so. Why do you ask, Ronan? Am I giving some clues away? Thanks, man. I have problems with the screen sharing side of this. I can't figure out how to. I'm sure you do. Okay, go on, Ronan, tell me why. I mean, my missus swears by it, but I'd be really interested. I went to the doctors to ask about it, but they said in order for me to get anything through NHS, it'll be years, and then you speak to Vitality, and it seems like it's going to be years, so not a lot. Can't really do much about it. But I'd love to know, message me your feedback on why you say that. I'd be very interested to know. How I have ADHD and I can see when others have. All right, okay. How far is this going? I don't. Look, I don't know. If I, in terms of gold, I don't know, but I like I like ADHD. Jesus, you got me on it now, Ronan. Um, I like the DAX long, to be fair. It's just too tight. It's just too tight. Mm. So I'm not going to take this, but from price action perspective, I like it long above the high of this hourly candle and target the structure here. Um, Peanut, I like ACD. What percentage of your total funds do you risk on a particular trade? So look, right, initially, you're going to say around, it could be anywhere between 2 and 3%. Um, Oops, that's the wrong way. So look, let's see how this one pans out. I'm not taking it, but I do like it from price action perspective. So I would have bought now and looked to have taken first TPs around this high here. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm in DoPrime's account manager. Arvin, how you doing? Um, w- uh, I did have I have an important question. Take 100% of savings. How much would you put on? Well, what I would say is if you're trading, I like this, then you want to take out, I don't know, let's say 10% of your savings, put it into a trading account, and then trade a percentage of that per. Oh, Arvin sure can speak later, buddy. No problems. Um, but yeah, I'm not very keen on. Fenton, how you doing, buddy? Commander in Chief. Yeah, unfortunately, because I used to get frustrated with even 0.01. Smarties, how we doing? Yeah, unfortunately, Commander in Chief, my camera is on TikTok, and don't have a second camera for YouTube at this point. Yeah, this is gold. It's the hourly chart. It's just looking a little bit, I don't know. I would say bottom heavy right now, just looking at the price action. If you look, we're not getting solid moves. You're getting an indecision candle followed by a buyer candle followed by a downrange seller, downrange seller, downrange buyer candle, downrange seller, outside buyer, downrange seller. It's just very, very choppy. So I would stay away from this for now. Let's see what the news brings, and potentially we can look for maybe a buy above 32.89, depending on what price action we get. I'm not interested in the sells anymore. I don't like the way the market's reacting down here. On crypto stocks, real estate, art, or any other things you could think about. Uh, Cleggy, how you doing, mate? I'm good. Is this gold? Yes, it is gold. Uh, Gold plunged today. It certainly did, but I think we're going to see a bit of a move on the indexes today because it's all positive talk about trade talks with China and the US. Middle East has gone a little bit quiet. Um, so yeah, I would expect just from a fundamental perspective that we're going to see more upside, but I can't trade it. I don't have a setup here. Uh, this was a setup. Gold will go lower. Maybe, maybe not. Dangerous language saying gold will go lower. You always have to. I love it. $40 isn't a plunge. It's over 1%. So just got up. Good morning. Good morning, Omar. Whereabouts are you based? You must be US or Caribbean somewhere. Mexico. Suriname. I'm thinking about putting 20% of my savings on some stocks, 20% on some cryptos, 10% on gold. Yeah, I mean, when you move your capital around and you split it over diversified assets, then you're obviously uh, you're you're doing well. Okay, you're understanding certain aspects. Okay, so rather than rather than putting all your eggs in one basket and watching the basket grow, you're diversifying, which means in boom you'll probably have lower returns, and in recession you'll have lower declines. But then, what you'd find with most people who diversify their assets, they'll look at, I don't know, that let's say you stick with that. So whatever that equates to your 20-20-10, if you think about it as a pot, then in theory you've got 40% in one, 40% in the other, and 20% in the other, and 50% still in savings. So it's then how often do you want to recalibrate it? So if you do it at the end of the month, you look at your assets, and let's say one pot is now worth 45%, the other one's worth 35, and this one's still worth 20. So you just move 5% back from your 45 into your 35. You top that one up because in theory that one's gone down, so you're buying at a better value. The Wolf of Wall Street. So yeah, just th that'd be the ways that you would look at recalibrating a portfolio. The question is, how often do you want to do it? And then also, what stocks are you going to go into? Who's going to do the stocks, or are you just going to do the indexes? If you don't have time to do your research, then obviously indexes are probably uh, a better way for you to go. Soon news, heavy ones. Do you know? Um, no, I'll just wait for the news to come out in 2 minutes, see what happens, and then we'll look for an opportunity. But I'm looking for gold longs, to be fair. I don't like the shorts at the minute. I would need to see more of a move lower in order to look for a short. Uh, yeah, so if we buy 3291, what's the TP? I wouldn't just buy. Okay, so I don't just buy if it goes above this area. I want to see it close above this area, and then I want to see the next candle wick down. I am late to the party. Hey, trader, you're not late, mate. You've missed nothing. We haven't taken anything. We missed a trade on gold short. I was still analyzing the chart, but um, yeah, we'll see what happens. 1 minute, 1 minute to go. Uh, let's see what happens. Agro, how we doing? Uh, it's very interesting to talk with you, Matt. Thank you for answering everyone. Yeah, always try and answer questions. I noticed that usually the price bounce back at 1 to 2 every day. Okay, so between 1 and 2, or to be precise, in 1 minute at 1:30, you got COMEX opening. So that's a commodity exchange. So usually you'll see some kind of false moves in and around that, unless there's a particular massive trend for the day and it'll just accelerate it because it's fresh cash coming into the market. So probably it will go up in a few minutes. Remember, the news is coming out now, so let's see what happens with the news. Okay, so core PCE is up. It's better than expected. So forecast was zero point 0.1 and it's coming at 0.2. Let's see what that does to the market. Um, in theory, it's stronger news than forecast, so you would expect a little bit of dollar strength and potentially to see gold go down on the basis that it's better than forecast. But I will never read into the markets what the news has done. I'll let the markets tell me because we don't know how people are positioned. People might have thought that the data was going to come in stronger than zero point 0.2 and positioned for a particular move. Remember, we have no idea. So we have to wait and see what happens. Now, obviously, better than forecast data, that's probably not going to help Trump's case with Powell cutting rates. Um, the war of words continues. Will Powell get sacked? Who knows? But yeah, as it stands, good data will not help indexes. Right, let's just give it a few minutes, see what happens. And while we're waiting for this to happen, um, I always like the dust to settle. Um, uh, right. Price index rise 2.7%. Yeah. Albania, Fakti, how we doing? Omar, yeah. Delulu, Alexander, JJ, Mohammed, how we doing, guys? Lots of new names that I've not seen before in, so welcome to you. Seen a couple of new names on YouTube as well. High PCE is worse data. It's better than forecast. I'm in a buy and currently 5k down. Should I hold or cut losses? Ooh, okay, so you have to then look at your thought process. What was the reason for going in, and what was your trade management rules? If you don't have, I literally just created a video on this. If you can't write down your reasons for entry, management, and exit, then you're trading based on emotions, guessing. And it's a horrible place to be because now you'll be second guessing yourself. And guess what? If you close the position, Sod's law, the market will rally. If you don't close it, Sod's law, the market will drop. And you're just going to get in a real bad mood either way. How can you pass a funded account? Um, Stay within the parameters. So trade at small lot sizes, stay consistent, and when you see results, start to increase your lot sizes. Just think about going to a gym. When you go to the gym, you don't pick up a heavy weight. You go in, you pick up a weight that you can move, and you can do it with the correct form. Then, over time, you do more reps, do heavier weights, and that's the same with trading. Over time, more trades, bigger account size, you do bigger lot size. So keep it nice and simple. Uh, So yeah, use 4940. Look, you have to make a decision there what you want to do. But it's not going to be an easy one, and probably whatever you do, it's going to feel horrible, the outcome. But again, also you got to think what's the worst thing that can happen? What is the worst thing that can happen by keeping that position open? Could it blow the account? Is it too big? Is it a too big a position that it might blow the account if you leave it open and gold drops another 10, $20? Give me one Racon. What's a Racon? Uh, Only the monthly beat forecast, both core and regular year and year came in worse, I think. Let's have a look. Uh, Let me bring up Friday. I've I'm only seeing month on month. Revised. Oh, it's not till 3 o'clock. I'm in a buy and currently. Oh, it's the same one. Yeah, done that. So, look, based on the data, anything could happen. But typically speaking, it was positive for the dollar. So potentially you might see gold drop further. So this is where you have to put your big boy outfit on and decide, right, if I leave this open, is it going to kill my account? And if it is, then you're going to have to swallow a loss that no one wants to swallow. Right. BPC trades. What was that? Oh no, man. Yeah. How are we doing, guys? Yeah. Happy Friday. So just let me know where you're all registering from, guys. Is anyone registering? Are you registering from the UK, the US, Europe, Ghana, Africa, Nigeria? Where are you registering from? Asia? Big shout out to everyone around the globe while we're waiting for UK, Finland. Nice. UK, Windsor. Love Windsor. What a beautiful place. Vandenberg in South Africa. Malaysia, UK, Caribbean, Denmark. Ah, everywhere. Love it. Bruno, London 24. Nice. Nottingham. My dad's from Nottingham. Just placed a short position trading £1,000 with a TP of 25. Nice. Good luck, buddy. Good luck. Let's hope it pans out for you. All right. In order for me to look for shorts now, I need to see this market rally. I don't want to trade it where it is. Lincolnshire. Hey, Claire. I'm originally Yorkshire, so not far. Not far. Ghana, Kofi, how we doing? Nigeria, Pasta. Welcome back. You're in all the live streams. Hertfordshire. Where are you, Georgian? Like St. Albans somewhere? My missus is in St. Albans right now. Watford. Just down the road. Stevenage. Lovely. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, guys. Well, we're not seeing any setups yet, so it might be a very, very slow afternoon. The only trade was the one we missed at the beginning of the live stream. Um, so yeah, and the one thing you'll see from me, guys, is you're not going to see me start jumping into trades just because I want to place a trade because I'm here for you guys. No, what I'm here for is to show you what I do on a daily basis to be consistent. And if that means I don't place a trade, I don't place a trade. So this morning we did a live stream at 6:30. We caught a trade pretty much at the beginning of the live stream. We got 10 pips out of it, and that was it. We got stopped at break even. There was a trade setting up literally right at the beginning of this live stream. I didn't take it because I'd not fully mapped out my charts. Um, and it would have done what we needed and we would have all made a lovely chunk of cash, but it is what it is. I'm not just going to trade because you guys want me to place a trade so that you can take a trade. Yeah, that would go against all my ethics. It would go against my rules. It would go against everything. Yeah, you need to sit here, be patient, be boring, and eventually let the market come to you. If you let the market come to you, then you're in control. If you just start taking trades because you want to, then guess what? You are not in control. We've got UK, we've got Wales, more coming in. Lovely. So, guys, I'm fluctuating between gold, NASDAQ, and the DAX at the minute. But we don't have any setups. Any sort of, I'm not getting close to any setups at the minute. Uh, realistically, it's going to be at least, mm, yeah, I don't like anything. Maybe we'll see what happens here, because if we get an hourly close below, let me see, potential actually against the market trend. So there's a couple of things we can do. One is if we get a 30-minute candle close below 22,529, we could look for a short breakout. However, price could come down here, and if we get buyers come back in and we get a bullish candle close here, then if we've got at least 20 points, 20, so with spread, let's say if I've got 25 to 30 points from the high of the bullish candle that forms here up to this resistance level, then we could place a trade. But that's it. 2-year note drop sharp on PC announcement. Okay. Uh, what's going on here? Hmm. Okay. Um, okay. Maybe we're going to see a drop in indexes. So if we do, we could get the rotation on gold as well. But look, we've got to wait and see what happens. Uh, yields dropped. Yeah, I was just looking at that, but we'll see. If yields drop, dollar will drop, bonds will go higher, gold will go higher. So just let's wait for the open. Yeah, okay, we've got a few people coming in today, a few new faces as well, a few new names, I should say, not faces, because I don't know any of you really. But yeah, if you've just joined, guys, I trade gold, Nasdaq, and DAX. If I do a London session, it'll be gold and the DAX, and a US session will be gold and Nasdaq predominantly. I used to buy popular stocks when RSI on daily charts dropped under 30 till market crushed. Okay, so look, one thing about RSI, right, or any indicator, you know, they can stay below 30 and can stay above 70 for a long time. So you should always, Cambridge there, how we doing? So you always be careful when you're using indicators. So let's say it went below 30. Maybe you say, right, well, when it goes below 30, I need to wait for a bullish candle. I want to see buyers come back in. I don't want to just try and catch a falling knife. Yeah, so give yourself parameters and rules that gives you a chance. Now, look, if you're just going to invest in stocks, then it doesn't matter because it's always you're going to average down and you're going to buy at lower prices and you're going to buy at higher prices if you're just buying every month. Yeah. So if you buy every month, regardless, then over the course of time, it'll work itself out. You'll buy some really cheap when the market's in recession, and you'll buy some over over the odds when the market's booming. But if you plan it out over the course of a year, 5 years, or however long you're doing it, you'll find that the price will average out. What have we got? No, no. Okay. So most challenges I was seeing were to do with time or to do. Oh, uh, okay. What was the question? DCA all the way. No idea what that is. What's DCA? Um. Oh, dollar cost averaging. Sorry. Yeah, that's all right. I thought it was someone banging on about a crypto. Every, every, every time I see a shorthand or three letters, I think it's some type of smart money concepts lingo. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, all you're doing is you're just buying every month, and it doesn't matter. What's your RR like? It will always start off negative. It will always pretty much start off negative, or inverse, I should say. I scale out very quickly. I scale out very, very quickly. I get risk-free very, very quickly. But unfortunately, we are not seeing anything here. Uh, let's see what happens here. If this is a buy, let's have a look how many points we got to the top. Too tight. So I wouldn't even trade that. So really, really stuck for opportunities today, guys. I can't even look at something that is remotely interesting. Am I looking for sells or buys? I'm not looking for anything at the minute, to say the truth. I don't want any sells down here. If I was looking for a sell, I'd want to see some nice clean candles pushing higher, and then a seller candle to come in to trade like a BPC short. If a buy, I would look at a buy if we got a close above 32.90. But that's it. I don't, not really, not really feeling the chart. Uh, DAX, DAX doesn't look too appealing either. Now, solid structure here, again into here. So, in theory, if we got, I'd look at okay, so uh, cells below 23,792. I would have a look at the DAX 23 cells below 23,792, and I would also be interested in DAX buys above 23,871. 23,871. W were you viewing NASDAQ futures or CFD? CFD. Uh, for gold, most likely, yes. We swept the NAS Feb highs, nearing to the all-time high. This week's range is extremely overextended. Yeah, it is overextended, but just remember, the markets will always run further than we. Fenton, I opened an Icon DX instant funded account. Okay, nice one, mate. Mark, when the account balance reaches $300 by deposits and or growth, will it automatically become a funded account of 3,000? What is the profit share ratio on an instant funded account? Okay, let me just I'll clarify that 1 second. So so uh yeah, you had a good session today. Oh, fantastic. So um what is it? Okay, so you get 80% of the profit share at stage one, and your your profit target is 20%. So there's no daily drawdowns. It's a static drawdown. So for example, you make $600, you then get paid out $480. 600 times zero point 0.8, yeah, $480 at stage one. Um, then your account will go to either 20 times the initial deposit. So if it's 300, it'll be 6,000. If it's 500, it'll be 10,000. If it's $1,000, it'll be 20,000. If it's two and a half, it'll be 50,000. And if it's 5,000, it'll be 100,000 at stage two, of which you get 80% of the profits. So yeah, um, you don't have to worry about hedging, EAs, things like that, news. The only thing you can't do with those guys is arbitrage. So it's pretty much like trading your own personal account. It's really, really good. And quite a few of our members have already been paid out. Um, we can't hear or see anything. Um, oh, hold on. So, what? Uh, can you hear now? Okay, maybe it was just I lost $600 on the S&P 500 this week. Was expecting US 500 to collapse because of Trump madness. Uh, uh, sorry to hear that, buddy. Sorry to hear that. So look, this is the one thing I always say about news. Um, be trade what you see, not what you think. Because if we go back to last week, last Sunday, I think it was, after the US sent their planes in and uh, bombed the uranium nuclear places in Iran, when Iran retaliated, the markets gapped up massive, gold gapped up massively, stock markets gapped down massively. But then they spun on a sixpence on the basis that Iran's retaliation wasn't a proper retaliation, even though they sent missiles into the US airbase. So it's very difficult to try and trade a rhetoric that you think is there based off what you think. Because logic would say as soon as Iran sent those missiles in, stocks down, gold up, dollar up. That's what logic would say, or anyone with a single bit of nous when it comes to trading. But the exact opposite happened. Yes, it went that way on the open, but after that, it's just been buy stocks, sell gold. So don't try and trade what we think or what we think logic should think. Just trade what we see, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't believe the news. Don't believe the news. And if everything that you want to buy is being talked about in the news about hitting highs and everything, it's usually a good time to sell. I hate missing a second during any of this live session. Cheers, Pastor. It's very kind of you. But look, I mean, just remember, we've not traded anything, we've not made any money, we've not lost anything. Um, Now, is that good or bad? Is that a good thing or a bad thing that we've not traded anything? We've not lost any money, we've not made any money. Is it a good or a bad thing? NAS breaking short. Let's have a look. Yeah, we'll wait. I feel like the liquidity providers, they own the news companies. Like, yeah. But just remember, every news channel is associated with a certain way of thinking. Yeah, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, or whether they're over here, whether they're Tories, whether they're reform based, or whether they're Labour based, they're all going to give a spin on the news according to the way that they are, the way they think. So the only thing you can do, yeah, it's a great thing. Yeah. So just you just have to be consistent, guys. Don't get sucked in. Don't don't read the news too much. Be aware of when the news is coming out because that can impact the market massively. But you don't know which way it's going to do it. Okay? So you because you never know which way it's going to move. 30 min, about 40 pips. Yep. So here we go. If this one closes below, I need to see it close below. I'm going to check on my broker. If it closes below, we have potential, but we've got 4 minutes left. 22,525. Let's have a look. We have 44 pip range. PC comes out and then the market didn't move that much. No, I mean, to be fair, I don't think it was a mass uh, differential from the market anticipation. But look, again, let's see what happens on the open. What's your favorite market to trade, guys? Let me know what your favorite market to trade is and why. I create positions in my head. I need a mentor to stop me marrying my positions. Two marriages should have taught me, but I have a tendency to marry every position I take. Love it. That's commitment, mate. Um, two marriages should have taught me that. Yeah, I'm not exactly got a great track record as well. Only gold. The good that sounds good, Fenton. You're a one woman man. You won't get into trouble that way. Don't cheat on gold. Um, which pair? This is the NASDAQ. So I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. Yeah. Oof. Favorite market, cryptocurrencies, especially Solana. Meme coin go. Okay. Nasdaq would do, but I am on my way. I'm way above my daily target and expectations, so it's no trade for you. Nice one, Terry. Nathan, Terry. This is the Nasdaq. We've got 1 minute 7 seconds for this candle to close, and in order for me to do anything, I need to see a candle closure below that level, and it doesn't look like it's going to do it. I think one of the most important things about trading is risk to reward ratio. I can now lose six and win one. Um, not it's whichever suits you. It's whichever suits you. So you also have to remember, it's in order to get a 6 RR, you're gonna have to take a lot more losses because you've got to be super, super tight with your stops. There's no way around it. Would you believe I made 10K trading crypto today? Good man, that's what I like to hear. Someone's told me to start looking at crypto using the systems that I do, but leverage 100 to 1. Solana memes, it's like the Wild West of finance. Okay, so look, this is bang on the money. Bang on the money. I think if the next candle was to push quite high up, I would happily take a sell underneath here. So if it pushes high up anywhere into, let's say, I'll put a line on. Say it pushes to here. If we push up somewhere up there, move it. There we go. Okay, so if we push up, I'm going to place a sell stop on the NASDAQ underneath that low. Right setup, NASDAQ is best. Well, let's hope so, Ad. Ah, it's going to go without us. Yeah, I'm not going to place a trade short on this unless I see a move higher. Uh, what we got? So look, if you're going to place that, then go for it. I like it short, but I want to see a move higher. This is going to be the second trade that's gone without us. We looked at sells on gold. Oh, gold's dropped. Nice. Someone will have got their target. I think they had 65. If not, very, very close. Uh, God, my office is hot. Yeah, 50% retracement of that engulfing candle with a rejection will be good sell signal. Uh, all right. Look at this. Okay, so that can go now for me. That can go. Okay, so only thing I'm going to look for now will be a BPC. So if price comes down, whether it comes here or doesn't have to come all the way down, I will be looking for. I would like someone to teach me how to trade gold, and I will teach them crypto. Ah, just stay on here, mate. Whew. Literally, the heat. My dog's passed out. He's not enjoying this heat. Yeah, guys, anyone in the London area, there's 2 spaces left on my course tomorrow. If anyone wants to join a 2-day trading course, there's 2 spaces left. It's Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be held in Earl's Court. There's 2 spaces. So if you're interested, DM me afterwards and I'll let you know the details. Thoughts on gold? Um, I would only look for BPCs now. So meaning I would wait for price to push higher, and then wait for sellers to come back in. You want to learn trading crypto? Speak to the trader, whoever he is. eh, I don't know. I don't know if he teaches, who he is, but he's talking about crypto. George shorted, nice one. 47 in profit on the NAS 100. Awesome. Yeah, look, it's done it. It's done the bits. It did what we want. Hi, Vivi. How you doing, darling? In a little bit later today. Well, we're not going to be on much longer. Um, I will be maybe at quarter past. I'm going to have to go. I've got a coaching session at 2:30 with a member, so I just need to get a little bit of food before that. So, guys, how's your week been? Let me know if you've had a good week, a bad week. What's your week been like? A good week. Lovely. What makes a good week? Is it profit? Is it being disciplined? Is it sticking to your rules? What do you actually do during sessions with members? Yeah, just live trading, George. Just live trading. And then there's a members channel on Telegram. So we have 3 live sessions, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then we do swing trading on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 8 to 9 p.m. Um, so yeah, and then members community, watch lists, different things. So yeah, it's all like always live trading via Zoom. Very profitable for Fenton. Lovely. That's what we like to hear. Uh, very profitable, undisciplined, and too high losses. Um, so basically, Fenton, your week could have been unbelievable, but you took some losses that were too big, right? Gold Souk Trade firing in his Telegram channel. Nice. That's, there we go. Uh, eh, I love it. People come here and just want to share their stuff. Lovely. So let's see if we can get a buyer candle. If we get a buyer candle form on the 30-minute, I'll buy, providing we hold above 22,480. So this would be my BPC setup. Okay, so look, I'm going to show you the rules. Here. There we go. Why does it do that? All right, try again. Text. There we go. So that would be my rules for a BPC. So, have we closed above resistance? The answer is yes, we closed above resistance. Next thing, two seller candles minimum, downrange candles. So yes, we've got downrange candle, downrange candle. So we can see that. Why is the chat quiet? What's going on? Are we in an uptrend? Yes. Do we have a bullish candle close? No. So that's why we need to wait for one more candle. If it's a bullish candle close, then we can start. Oh God. Can I start price action fair value gap? I don't talk about fair value gaps or smart money concepts, guys. So if you want to talk about that, best thing is without being rude, just go to a different channel. Sorry, it's just not what I do. So here, just waiting for buyer candle to form, next candle to wick down. As it wicks down, we buy the high of the buyer candle and look to fill the range. Okay, so nice and simple. Nice and simple. Why does simple work? Why do simple systems work? I set myself a weekly target of $6,000. Lovely. When are the buying opportunities? So Max, I just said what I would look for in terms of a buy. So I need to see, after this candle's closed, I need to see a 30-minute bullish candle. Once that's finished, so you have to wait for this candle to close in 20 minutes and then wait another 30 minutes. It's all right, buddy. I'll always repeat myself, so no problems with that. Um, so once this candle's closed, if it's closed bearish like this, next candle in another 30 minutes time, if that closes bullish, so let's say the next candle, we're going to see something like this. We'll change it to green just so people know we're referring to a bullish candle. So that happens. And then the next candle, as it opens, we want to see it start going down first. So as it goes down, we then place our buy stops above the high of the bullish candle. So that would be the entry, and then we're looking for it to do that. Oops. And that would be the setup. Very, very simple. There's the rules. Oh, there's the rules, and that's what it would look like. Uh, please, can the BPC long rule be a little bit bold? Uh, there we go. How's that? Simple systems are easy in a world of hellishly complicated other stuff. KISS applies, I think. Yeah, keep it simple, stupid. Absolutely. That's me. Keep it on 30-minute gold. Looks like this would be the lowest candle of the day. It should bounce back now. Look, if I was to say that the market, if I wanted to pick a time to say, right, when do I think the market will correct oh, on gold, the best time would be 4 o'clock UK time. So that would be the London fix. Now, I wouldn't just trade it. I'd want to see price come into a support area, and then we could potentially look for it. But yeah, I'm not seeing any support until we get down here. So I'd leave the, I'm in a buy trade at the minute, so I'm hedging with a sell, waiting for it to come back to entry. Um, did we catch the sell? No, we missed it. I was still analyzing the chart. I was telling people I'd sell it. It was just here, this one. That's what we were looking to. So yeah, we didn't get it. Where is the entry for? There isn't at the minute. That can go now. There isn't. Oh, okay. So the DAX is pushing. Let's have a look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's still dropping. Right, guys. Unfortunately, it looks like we're gonna finish the day with no trades here. One trade this morning, 10 pips, um, and nothing this afternoon. Have you got any questions before I wrap up? Yeah, if we get a bullish candle, then there will be a BPC here. Hi Mark, just a quick thank you for your advice. Opened an instant account. Oh, nice one, Chris. Do you have a group? Last question. Yeah, I got a group. If you go to my profile, there's a link in the bio. Just click on that. You'll see a free Telegram group, and there's also a membership option as well. But obviously, it's personal preference. Free channel, give little bits out in there. So yeah. Any other questions, guys? Good luck with your account, Chris. Any other questions, guys, before we call it a day? Um, have a great weekend, guys. Doing a I'm going to be doing a course this weekend, so I'm not really going to be online much. Vic, I'll see you tomorrow, buddy. Um, have an awesome weekend. And like I said, if there is anyone that wants to jump on the last couple of spaces for the course, it is in Earl's Court. Just message me privately afterwards. Okay. Thanks, guys. Take care. Have a great weekend. Cheers, Vic. Appreciate that, mate. Take care. Have a good one, team.